What is up, everybody? It is the Wolfer Power Hour. The shorts and the prodigal son returns and continues to print to the tune of what? Let me do my handy-dandy transition to get people excited. 3,100 and some odd dollars. 3,200. And then we've got 1,800 locked in. We increased our position. We reshorted at $34,000 like we said we was going to yesterday. Why did you do that, Drew? Well, I'll explain it here in just a second. But I have to tell everybody to have a good hashtag Friday Pie Day. Hashtag Friday Pie Day. I appreciate everybody for showing up. Much love to everybody that shows up. Drop something in the comment section for me. Let's get some participation in the chat, please. For the love of God, for the love of Tom Cruise, for the love of whatever it is that you believe in, right? Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me, Tom Cruise. All right. Let me see. Help me, Tom Cruise. All right. With that being said, Bitcoin continues to fall. China came out with 83. 34% tariffs in retaliation to our tariffs on China. They came out overnight and said, yep, 34% more, buddy boy. Pucker up, Trump. We're putting 34% on you again, right? You're retaliating at stuff that you already had done, man. What the hell? Right? So 34% tariffs, bam, smackdown, God candle, the GC red candle. Maybe that's the devil candle. I don't know. DC, right? Devil candle. Went from 84.6 all the way down to 82.6, right? $2,000 in an hour, man. Nuts. That's what happened because of China. Okay? Now, we are forming a bear flag because of that wick. Or because of that candle. We did reject off of a key level that I was talking about yesterday, and that's why I entered at $84,000. Actually, I lied. It was $83,900. Drew's a liar. You caught me, okay? But I did enter another half a Bitcoin short there. Averaged it. All right, good. Now, with that being said, are we going to continue going down? I don't know. We're going to get into the charts, and we're going to see gold pumped, and then it dumped. Now it's trying to pump again. Dude, stuff is volatile right now. Going into the weekend, we're going to see what happens. I mean, every candle has wicks. Every candle has these crazy wicks. It is insane. I'm looking at it right now. And you're going to want to look at it too. So join in on the fun. But if you are here from Twitter, scroll up and hit that friggin' follow button. That's all I ask of people. We give out free resources. We give out free trades. We give out free games every single day to people. If you would have paid attention to what I said yesterday, dude, I promise you, if you would have put $1,000 even on the short that I gave you yesterday, let's say $84,000, you would have made probably $300 on that. Worth the price of admission? I think so, right? $1,000 trade at a 10x leverage. I don't tell people to trade crazy leverage. I don't subscribe to that. But you should subscribe to my channel. So if you are on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, and then boom, throw it from the hip and bang on that notification bell. Bang on it like it is diss your mama. And I love my mom. Okay? If you diss her, I'm going to bang on your notification bell. You know what I'm saying? Grown-ass man. With that being said, let's get into the charts, man. Do my handy-dandy transition. All right, let's get some comments, man. We got almost 24 people in here. We have 0 comments. That's ridiculous. Okay? That is absolutely ridiculous. I need some love. Show me some love on a hashtag Friday Pie Day. We're going out and we're making gains. We're getting pizza money, man. We're getting pizza money. That's all this comes down to. I am a grown Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Okay? All I care about is pizza, aquapana water, cigars, and spending time with my beautiful family. My smoke show of a wife, my awesome family. That's it. That's all I care about. That's all you should probably care about too. Hopefully your wife is as hot as mine. Or your husband. Or just someone in your life. I don't care, right? It's going to be hard to be as hot as my wife, but I wish that for you. I want that for you. So let's manifest it through trading. Anyways, We are still in a macro or a micro and macro downtrend, okay?
Like, I'm feeling a little irked, or at least like irked adjacent, and then these guys bringing their bad vibes? Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Not having a good time, bro. Straight up. Hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight. Bitcoin is going down. Hold tight. Hold tight. Blah. This is what it is. Show you what we're talking about. We rejected off of this key critical level right here. I'm going to zoom back in just in case you missed it, just in case you didn't see it. This is why we said, hey, man, we might want to short at 83 and 84 here. Why? How, Sway? Why, Sway? Well, because I said, look at here. Look at here. Where's my fibs? 83.4, okay? And just under 84,000, or it was like 83, I think 83 to 84,005 was where we wanted to short. Where'd you short, Drew? Where's my order history? Do not rug me. Okay, here we go. 83.6. Does that look familiar? Front ran that level. And then 84.2, 84.1, front ran that level and front ran the downward trend. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. So we smacked into this level, immediate rejection, right? This level's been super well respected. This is a level that goes to the daily chart, all right? This is a daily level. Zoom in. When you want to win, zoom in. When in doubt, zoom out. When you want to win, head over to the DW channel. Bang, bang. Holster that. We got a downward trend. So we smacked into that. We smacked into it like 6 times, man. And that's what I'm saying. We're not bullish until we get above that. And we're also not bullish until we get above these two right here. This is about to be a death cross, all right? This blue line, 50 moving average. Green line, 200 moving average. Anybody know what that means if the 50 goes under the 200? Does anybody know what that means? We have one comment, and it's my guy. He's like, I'll throw you a comment, dude. I know you're getting murked. You got almost 24 people on your stream, 16 people from Twitter, 5 people from YouTube. I will show you mercy. This is my guy. I know him in real life. I will show Drew mercy and give him one comment. Can somebody else please show me some friggin' mercy? I can't believe that you show up here to just watch. I mean, am I that entertaining? I can't imagine that I am. I'm definitely not that good looking. So it's got to either be entertainment or you're just like, I don't know, man. What altcoins do you want me to look at? Drop them in the comments section, baby. We smacked into the daily level. Okay, we got immediate rejection. Okay, so until we get above this level, which today that level is at 84.6. Tomorrow that level is at almost $84,200, somewhere in that realm. Now, when this death cross happens, if price goes up and touches this death cross, usually it's a big move to the downside, right? But when the death cross happens, let's be real. Are we front running it here? Maybe. But this is not a big enough move for a daily death cross, in my opinion. In my most humblest of opinions. That's an 8% move. Let's look at some previous death crosses. Okay, so here's your death cross, right? Damn, Daniel! Stop messing with me, man! I need to be able to see this stuff, man. So here's your death cross right here, right? Price was like right at it whenever it hit, and look where it went. 68%. Say that you're not even like, oh, Drew, that's the whole thing, man. That's the whole thing. That's not fair. That's not fair, man. Okay, fine. We'll zoom in. We'll zoom in. We'll just do just that. Okay. Where was the death cross? Right here. Right now. Right. 27 friggin' percent. 25.5%, man. So does that one make sense? And remember, that was after a peak all-time high. Look familiar? Right? Look at this one. Let's try it. Death cross right here. 30% retrace, man, after an all-time high. Look familiar? All I'm saying, I'm not saying that this is guaranteed going to play out. I'm saying on a daily time frame, usually when a death cross happens, it's a pretty decent sized move. Okay. Even this right here came into the death cross, right? Okay. See what happened. 10% move all the way down to a 16% move, right? Where's another death cross? Do we even have one? Or have we just been trending up so terribly much? Yeah, even right here. Yeah, nothing really happened on this death cross. This is right after you bottomed out. But again, this wasn't at an all-time high. This was not at a peak all-time high. This is when the market had just bottomed out. This is not that. The market has just topped out. It's different. It was different, man. So, yeah. Be that as it is. Whatevs. We got Willie Mitchell in the chat. He says hashtag Friday Pie Day, baby. Everybody knows what it is. Hashtag Friday Pie Day. Happy hashtag Friday Pie Day to everybody. Much love for being here on the channel. He wants me to look at Sol. I have no problem doing that. I will do that for you, Willie Mitchell, since you're one of the 27 people in here and only one of 2 that has commented. That is a less than 5% comment rate. Maybe not. It's like 7.5% comment rate. We got 30 people in here. Let's get some comments going, man. I can't imagine you're here just to look at my ugly mug, look at my braids, and how crispy they are because my wife's awesome and knows how to braid. Or watch me brag about my $3,000 profitable trade or whatever. I can't imagine you're here for that. I can probably imagine that you're here for the actual analysis, which I would love to give to you, right? You got to tell me what you want. You got to tell me what you want. So in any case, we got to break above 84.7. Then really, we need to reclaim this 200, which is at 86.6. That's where you can start thinking about being bullish. If you really want to be bullish, bruh, you got to break this $89,000 range. That's it. You got to take out this high, right? And you stop that downtrend. You stop that downtrend, okay? That's what it comes down to. Let's get to the 4-hour chart. Let's see. Actually, is the oscillators oscillating? Yeah. Signal line crossover back to the downside like I was talking about yesterday. Oh, it's curling up, but it can just get right back down there just like it did here. Curls up, boom, bottoms out, right? It does this all the time. Curls up, boom, bottoms out. Curls up, boom, back down. Curls up, boom, back down, right? This is textbook stochastics. You cannot use those to trade, okay? I mean, you can use them as further confluence, but you can't use them as your trade. The RSI is not digging that 50 level. It does not want to get above that. All the way back since February, it has not gotten above 50. That is a clear downtrend, all right? Now, did you start to set a higher high here? Yes, you did. Same highs here. You set a higher high, higher lows. Okay, cool. But are you going to get a rejection here and then move down? Because then that would nullify that. There's no break of market structure at that point, on the RSI at least, right? So that's what we're looking at. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Actually, I want to see if there's a red dot on the daily. Boom, red dot printed yesterday on the daily. Market cipher. Bam, red dot right there. Money flow to the negative. VWAP crossover to the negative. Bullish momentum dying off. Yep. Inverted head and shoulders right here on this, right? If you look here, inverted head and shoulders, and then this was your pump. That was it. That's all you got. You got this. That was it. Here was your inverted head and shoulders breakout right here. Once you started to curl up, you pumped from 76K to 88, 89K. I mean, dude, that's a hell of a pump, to be real with you. Like on your inverted head and shoulders, dude, that was a hell of a pump. 15% pump, dude. That's all I'm saying. So you might have got it. That's all you get, right? So let's see what the oscillators are oscillating. We got a green dot on the 4 hour, but we still have money flow in the negative, and money flow, or the momentum, trending downwards on Market Cipher B, right? Momentum was trending upwards on Market Cipher B for the bearish momentum. So, you know, that's a good sign. That is a good sign. But now that we're back in the negative again, it's not looking great. Money flow means that's coming out, money coming out of the market. Okay, so there's that. Stochastics again, ripping right back to the downside. Trying to get a signal line crossover on the 4 hour. Again, it's setting lower highs here, right? It's setting lower highs. Boom, boom. Do we set another lower high here and then continue the trend downwards, right? So in any case, let's look what the moving averages are telling us really quickly. I mean, this is pretty plain to see, right? Does anybody see a charting pattern? Let's whip out my handy dandy document that I'm giving everyone for free. Yeah. Does that look like a bear flag to you? Let's check it. That's the wrong bear flag. Damn, Daniel. Where's it at? Damn, Daniel. All right, I'm just going to draw it. Jesus. Yes, in fact, that does look like a bear flag, Drew. Thank you. Okay. What do bear flags do? They break down. It's got you a target of about $76,000. Call it 77. That's your target on the 4 hour bear flag. The 4 hour bear fliggity. 4H bear flag. Tis unfortunate. Tis unfortunate. But it is there. Okay. Now, as you can see, you're rejecting off of the 50. You do not want to get above the 50. You rejected off the 100 up here, off of the Trump pump, the Trump dump, the Trump pump, then dump. So let's see. See what happens. This is a topping tail candle too, just so you know. What's a topping tail candle? Well, it's usually a bearish reversal. We'll see what happens. Indecision doji, right? After the pump, boom. If this would have been red, this would have been better, right? That's like, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Indecision doji, right? Then a topping tail. This usually comes in at extreme highs, which it's not doing that right now. So I would not put very much weight on this. But my point is you've lost all moving averages. Until you get above $85,000, nothing matters on the 4 hour chart. Okay, that's when you start getting bullish. Let's go to the 1 hour. Again, wicking to the 100, getting rejected. Wicking to the 50, getting rejected. You are trying to regain some of these moving averages. These moving averages are getting super tight too. You just had a friggin' death cross right here, right? Bam. You see, look at this death cross, okay? This is on the 1 hour chart. You front ran that, you did 4% on a 1 hour death cross. Imagine what happens on a daily death cross. That's all I'm saying. Bitcoin is not digging the $83,000, $84,000 level, right? 84.5. That's where you get out of the woods. Start to get out of the woods, right? Dexter was right. Bear flag. Absolutely. 100%, my friend. He's been looking at the handy dandy documents, right? And again, I'm building these documents. I'm going to give everybody, this is what I do, okay? I teach you live. I give you my trades. I show you everything. And then I also put together things to give you free resources. So these are going to be available to you. Candlesticks 101, right? This is going to be available to you. Whoops. Damn, Daniel. I got rugged, man. Was I not screen sharing when I showed the bear flag? I feel like I was. Anyways, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this with even more information on it. I'm going to give you an entire 55-page book that shows you how to trade. All this for free. I don't care. I don't need anything from you to give you those things. I already have them, right? I'm building the pages right now. Just give me time to get it done. I'll give them to you. Now, we've lost all these moving averages on the hourly chart. That's not good, okay? You also have the bear flag that you're inside of from the 4 hour, but then you also have this bear flag. Where does that take us? Right back down to these lows at $80,840. Where's your take profits, Drew? 80,000 something, 78,000 something, 76,000 something, and then the ultimate take profit, 74,000 something right here. Yeah. 74K, 74K. That's what we're targeting. That's right above the previous all-time high. That was at 73.6, 73.7, right? So I have bearish intentions here, okay? Why do I have bearish intentions? I'm going to go back to the 4 hour chart because we need to be able to zoom out to show you this data. Okay. So obviously we have our higher low and then we have our higher high, which is the ultimate high, right? Then we have a higher low, but guess what happens? Well, my bad. A higher low, and then guess what happens? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then you're just riding this down, right? This whole way. Lower low, right? Lower high, and then we are coming over here to see if we trend down to get a lower low. We did get a higher low here, but then we got a lower high. Are we going to come down here to the $76,000 range and set a lower low? We're still in a downtrend. Doesn't matter. There's no way that you can say that we're not. Okay. Yeah, your technical analysis is right on today. Great call on the short yesterday. Yeah, that was, man, we killed it on the short yesterday. Yeah. Charts, dude, charts don't lie, man. We just watch the charts, man. You know it better than anybody, Jeremy. You know it better than anybody. Why is this drawing for me? Okay. Okay, so in any case, if we don't bump out of this immediately and basically get to 85K, we're in a bad situation, okay? If we don't take out 89, after that, we're still in a bad situation. What you would want to see for bullish intent on Bitcoin is you come up here, you take out 85K, you back test this, you bump up here, you get a higher low retrace, and then you start taking out these highs, right? That's what you want to see on Bitcoin. This is where you would start thinking, okay, bullish nature, right? Now, if we look at our FRVPs, where's my FRVPs? Remember, we still have the rising wedge, okay? Where's it at? We are trying to stay inside of it, but we're not having a good time. Straight up, not having a good time. If this happens, we will be going to about $78,000, okay? That is the measured move on this bad boy. And this thing is massive. All right, this thing is massive. Look at this rising wedge right here. Just take this off and I'll show you. That's the measured move, man. Crazy work. Could dump out. We'll see what happens. Where's my FRVPs? We also have the 1 week bear flag that we have now confirmed outside of, but we have to confirm that on the weekly chart. Okay. This is a 1 week bear flag. So as it sits right now, so long as we stay above about $82,300, we're okay. But this is, again, a topping tail candle, which is a bearish candle. And that could be taking you down to about $70,000. Let's measure that move, actually. $23, call it 24%. So let's say 17%. Yep, 69.5. That's your measured move on this 1 week bear flag. Okay. It is what it is. Where's it at? I'm looking for my FRVPs. Give me a second. Where's my demand zones? As you see, this bear flag takes us all the way down into the must hold demand zone from the previous all-time high to the range. It's not awesome. It's not where you want to be, okay? You need to have a bounce from at least 66K is the bottom. Like, you really need to bounce from there. If you go under that, maybe you've got a little bit of support at 58K and even 55K. You go under that, it's pretty much all she wrote because you're coming down to 45K, and it's going to be hard to reclaim all these levels again, right? So if this weekly candle closes on Sunday looking like this is extremely bearish, okay? It's extremely bearish. Let's look at the monthly. Yeah, again, the monthly, an indecision doji, a continuation indecision doji, and then if you get another indecision doji here or a topping tail, that's showing downward pressure. It's not looking good for Bitcoin. Okay. Then you lose the 9 moving average, and the closest you have is the 21, which is at 64K. Sucks, but that's what the charts are saying. Let me find my fixed range volume profiles really quick. Here they are. Okay, local. Rejection at the point of control. Textbook. Boom. So when you get rejected at the point of control, a lot of times if you don't see it immediately bump up like it did here and reclaim it, back test it, you're not going to the value area high. You're usually coming down to the value area low, right? That's just how these work. Like, see? Okay. Rejection, boom, down back to the value area low. That's exactly what happened. You filled the full range. You came back down. Rejection. Probably coming down to the value area low. You can get outside of it even, right? Let's look at the micro, kind of a bigger time frame one. Okay, so this is essentially the downtrend, right? Let's call it from here, from the ultimate high all the way over to here. Yeah, again, rejection at the point of control. You were getting rejection at the point of control right now, right? That doesn't look awesome. Then if you look, boom, rejection right at the value area low of the macro range from where we went parabolic and set a new all-time high. This was our previous all-time high, 74K. We set the new all-time high here. We went parabolic all the way up to here. Let me see where we measured this to. If you drag this all the way over here, boom. Rejection from the value area high, immediate rejection, boom. Or value area low, bam. It's bearish nature, man. It's bearish nature. Just is what it is. So, yeah, let's look at some altcoins. I mean, you understand the levels on this, and I think everybody's positioned. I know I'm positioned, right? That's a fact. If I took profits right now, I'd have 5K. I think that we can ride this for a lot more. I mean, dude, if I take this all the way down to 74K, just the whole position, I make 14K plus the 18 that I got locked in. That's like 16 grand. That'd be like 100% ROI. I only put like 13 grand on this total. 11. maybe call it 12, 13. I don't know. I went pretty heavy on this one because I was pretty sure about this. And my average price was actually way higher than this. But you got to remember, I just averaged back in with a half a Bitcoin at $84,000. So it took my average down substantially on this. My average was up near 87 on this. Did I get the toppity top? No, I didn't get this. I didn't get 88. I got 87, I believe, right here. That's where I bought. Sold, right? So we'll see what happens. Can I look at some Solana? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And I almost cussed. I got excited because I saw that. Let me wipe these bad boys off, man. They kind of dirty. I got to wipe off my blue light glasses. I got to put my blue light glasses on because I have an extremely good looking wife and I would like to see her clearly for the rest of my life, right? She's very hot. Making me strong. My feel-good techno music, man. I don't even listen to techno. I do it for the people. I do it for the people. If it was up to me, we'd play Young Jeezy and Young Jeezy only. Bang, bang. Chief Keef. The kid continues to print the gains, man. The kid continues to print the gains. He said, what if you come up here? Boom. You blast down, right? You take the short at this level, and it takes you down here. The kid continues to print the gains. Boom, bang, boom, bang, right? Bang, bang. I mean, honestly, if you come, like, the trade stands, man. I have such a, like, short bias right now that I would be here. If you come up and retest that level, I would now be saying, okay, we're probably going to come down and take out these lows, and we're probably going to come all the way back here to these lows, right? So that's where I would be targeting on Solana. 8.5x risk to reward. Not a bad day at the office, right? Now, if you can get above this level right here and Bitcoin starts to pump, again, all eyes on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has to pump to make Solana pump, right? Then you would be targeting this probably, honestly, I don't even know. I'd probably only target the 0.5 because you got a lot of resistances to get through. Say you get above this, right? You've got to clear the 50 and the 0.382. Then you got to clear, or the 50 moving average. Then you got to clear the 0.5 fib where the 100 moving average is. Then you got to clear the 200 on your way to the golden pocket, which is going to be massive resistance because that's where your previous swing high is. That is what we call a damn Daniel. Let's get all of that off of there. I'm going to get all these other brush strokes off. I think we all understand what's happening. Let me get this fib off. We'll pull a new fib. Yeah, I mean, it's telling you 0.5 right here. The highest you're probably going to get is 124. Unless Bitcoin goes on a tear, man. Because, I mean, altcoins are up right now, too. But they're not up big. That's for sure. They are not up big. They're up like $112 to $118. I mean, you're talking less than 5% on Solana. Where are we at? Where's Solana? %3.5%. What's BTC on right now? It's up 0.1% on the day. I don't know, man. I would be shorting here. Somewhere in the in between of these two levels, right? Whoops. Somewhere in the in between of this level right here. See what I'm saying? Why is there more than one short there? Okay, got it. Probably like right here. I would probably try to front run this level a little bit. As you can see, they front ran it twice. So I would want to get my entry. You could even set your stop loss a little bit further out because by that time the 50 will be down here. And you're still targeting these lows. 5 extras to reward. That's Solana in a nutshell. Now, in order for Solana to be bullish, dude, honestly, you got to take out this previous swing high, which is 136, right? And in order to get there, you got to start taking out these. You got to start taking out the 200 moving average of this 0.786 fib, which is at 130 bucks. Above $130 in the next day or so, Solana's probably bullish. Under that, bearish. Turb says he wants to see some suey. No problem. Well, that short printed. Boom. Hit immediately. Bam. Right? Hit the target perfectly. And then gave you a secondary entry. Pumped right back up. Boom. And now you would be like in massive, massive profits. You could have double dipped on this bad boy. Could have double dipped. The kid continues to print the gains for everybody that asks for them. And again, take advantage of this while it's free. This will not be free forever. I can promise you that. I make a lot of people a lot of money on this channel. I know I do. Because if you're taking the trades that I'm setting up on the analysis that you're requesting, you're killing it. And if you're taking the trades that I'm taking, dog. The ones that I show you live, you're murking it. So I ain't going to do this for free forever. I can promise you that. I've already got plans in the works. So here's your fib now. Let's get this one off. Woo! Yeah, I mean, you could maybe get up to $2.40. That's where the 50 moving average is on the 4-hour chart. Let's look at the 1 hour. Damn. Still in a downtrend, man. Higher high, or high, low, lower high, lower low. Anything under $2.55 is still a bear market, or bear, you know? We'll see. My bias, if you come up here, it's probably short city. You could set your stop loss pretty loose on this, and then you could be targeting some serious downside over to here, right? I'm not saying you got to ride it all the way down there. Obviously, watch the charts and take your profits where you think that the market is dying off. Like if RSI comes all the way down here, say it reverses, and then, you know, RSI is down here and you're not quite to your target, take your profits, man. Take your profits. No one ever laughs at people for taking profits and making money. How many people you think are laughing at me right now? None. But if this was down $3,000, everybody'd be like, oh, you're an idiot. So always take profits, man. But yeah, this is what I would be doing on Sui if I were you. Now, here's the caveat to that. Let's talk about both sides. You become bullish once you get above 382 right here at about $2.40. That's when you become bullish. Near term, smaller term, right? Macro, you want to be above this, $2.55. But you could enter a small scalp short here, or small scalp long here if you really wanted to. If you can take out the 200, the 100, and the 50 and get above this 0.382, then you'd be targeting new highs, right? And you would honestly set your stop loss super tight on this. Under the 200 moving average, hopefully the 100 would be up there by then. You probably have about a 4 extras to reward on this. I mean, you could even turn this into a swing trade. Again, this is if Bitcoin's pumping, man. Do not be entering longs if Bitcoin is still going down on any of these, okay? Seriously. Yeah, hopefully we continue to kill it, man. I mean, I think everybody knows this by now, but just for the people that maybe this is their first time watching this channel, I am a verified pro trader on verifiedinvesting.com. Do with that information what you will. Maybe you care, maybe you don't give a F, right? I just say it. That's me. I'm the guy that trades gold on their platform, right? I have an 83% win rate, something like that. So hopefully we continue with that win rate. Devin wanted me to look at Jupiter. So Jupiter has lost every level that matters, okay? Every single level that matters. As you can see, it did not break out of that falling or that descending triangle, right? What's a descending triangle, you ask? It's right here. It's a bullish pattern or a bearish pattern. Boom. As you can see, bam, textbook. Now, why does this break down? Because you're setting lower highs and setting the same or equal lows, right? For the most part. And your equal lows are right here. Boom, 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 and then breakdown, right? And the way that you can measure the move on that is just by simply pulling from here down to here and dragging that over and then to the breakout point and then measuring 60 to 75% of that. So this is, call it 54%. So probably like 35% or something. Yeah, 33%, and you hit the target perfectly. We gave out that trade for free too. Long time ago. Let's get this off of here. This is a pivot line. Pivot line. So yeah, that thing broke down nasty style. As you can see, hit the target perfectly. Did you back test it? And you did. You didn't back test it all the way, but you got your confirmation candle. You could have entered here. Boom. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Bam. Really good trade. Look at this thing. It did the full measured move almost. Now you're starting to kind of bottom out. Let's get to the daily. Honestly, dog, I was talking about this was like the like make or break level, and you've lost it. Like this is the lowest it's like ever been on Binance. This is going to be massive resistance here. So if you can somehow get above 46 cents, I think what's going to happen is you're going to come up here and start trending downwards. Like once you get above this, that's where you can wait for the pullback and then the entry, right? So this is what you need to see happen. You need to see price go up here, right? Pull back to here and then bounce. Then you can start targeting actual gains, right? Like serious gains. That's a swing trade. If you want the scalp, then it looks like this. Super, super duper tight stop loss. 5x risk to reward. What's most likely to happen? Probably this. If Bitcoin's going down, I mean, this thing might not even get back up there, to be real with you. But yeah, you zoom in here. You set your stop loss right over here. The 50 moving average will probably be down there by then. Yeah, I mean, you're targeting some serious, serious downside here, man. Let's see. Yeah, that sucks, dude. probably take this. I mean, yep, this is essentially what you would be targeting, this 1.618 right here. That's it. It's that simple. 3x risk to reward. If you set your stop loss tighter, you got a 10x risk to reward. Let's look at Pith. I don't know if we have a chart on this, to be honest with you. If we do, that would be awesome. Damn, bro. What do you be getting into, Devin? What do you be getting into, my man? I feel like both of these are like decentralized exchanges, yeah? I know. No, Jupiter, isn't it a liquidity provider? Something like that? Damn, bro. I mean, shit, dude. Like, here's your downward target. 2.5 cents. It's like a 60% loss here, right? If you come up here, I mean, honestly, you're probably not even going to get up there. You might want to short at the 50, at the 50 moving average on the daily. You target right down here. You set your stop loss super tight. That's it. I would be wanting to enter more over here, though, right? And if you get that rejection, that's where you're like, bam, for sure going down. It's a 6x risk to reward. Now, here's the other caveat to that. If you can somehow get above these moving averages and get above that line, now you're going to be targeting some upside, right? And that upside is going to be right here. Yeah, it's the 0.236 fib. If you can bounce there, I mean, this is in May, right? But if you can bounce there, I mean, you could be targeting some big, big money. 38 cents, you know, you would triple up. That would be a 3x on your money. And if you had a 10x leverage position, you'd make 300x. So let's get down to the hourly chart. I want to see what's going on down there. I'll give you a little bit more of a shorter term trade. Yeah, I mean, in order to be bullish, you just really got to get above 15 cents, man. That's what really comes down to. Get above 15 cents, you're bullish. You take out these previous swing highs. You start to break market structure. You start to curl up, right? But that doesn't mean shit, because you could just come right back up here, just like you did here. You start breaking market structure. You trend up a little bit. You got to take profits on the way up, man. You got to take profits on the way up, because you see the reversal, bam, right back down. So just be careful. I would be waiting this. You just set a new lower low, right? So you've got your high, right? Here, we'll just go back. High, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? You barely squeaked out this low right here. If you get another lower high, anything under 17 cents is still bearish, right? So I actually, you know, for very, very short term scalp trades, anything above 15 cents, you're targeting 18. Anything below that, you're targeting downside, right? Then for a more macro, and I say macro, but it's not really macro, you need to get above 17, 18 cents to get bullish. That's what that comes down to. We got G Woods on the drums. G Wood. No problem, Devin. I got you, bro. I got you. Can you do AVAX and Trader Joe, please? I'll look at AVAX. Yeah, absolutely. If you know me, you know I love some AVAX. Yeah, nothing's changed. You come down here to 1550. That's the 2022 bear market lows. You bounced from it previously. Boom. And then you target way, 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 way up here. This is like a super duper swing trade, man. Like, this is swing city, right? This is like where your bear market bags get built, right, at $15, and then you target 104 risk to reward ratio to take it back to the all-time highs. And Avalanche can go back to its all-time highs because it actually does have good tokenomics where they're not constantly adding more tokens. Go and check their market cap chart and you'll see what I'm talking about. So in any case, you have now broken out of, you've now broken out of this falling wedge pattern, and you're just waiting for the retrace to it. Boom. And then you enter, man. That's it. That's AVAX in a nutshell. Now, if we go down to the hourly chart, I'll show you what we're really looking at just short-term wise. Let me get this fib and all this stuff off. Yeah, rounded top. I mean, you're in a downtrend. In order to be bullish, you got to come up here above $20, start pumping. And to be really bullish, you got to come above $23.50. Now, if you want to, you know, with this rejection at the 50, if Bitcoin starts to dump, you know, you could take a short position here and target that $15.50 range. And you've got a 6x risk to reward on that. Even if you set it above the 200, you've still got a 2x risk to reward, right? So, I mean, you set it above the 100 moving average, which is this red line, boom, that's your position, right? Somewhere like that. You come back up and get another rejection off of this 50 or this 100, you know, I would average in there, call it a day. That's what I would be doing on AVAX right now. If Bitcoin's dumping, if Bitcoin starts pumping, again, you know what to do. I don't know what Trader Joe, I don't know what its ticker is. I know for a fact we've never looked at this. Yeah, I can't chart that, bro. I can't chart that. There we go. Yeah, this is a decentralized exchange. I mean, this thing's murdered too, bro. Your floor is like right here, though. I mean, you've got support. That's the good news. Like, you do have support here. And as you can see, you just smacked into it, right? Yeah. I mean, this is a bearish charting pattern, though, to be honest with you, man. Like, this is a bearish charting pattern. And you're about to break down out of it. A lot of people would think this is bullish because they're like, oh, yeah, it's about to, you know, it's found its floor. It's about to break out. Wrong. Descending triangle, man. Bam. Lower highs, same lows. It's the more those lows get banged on, 1, 2, 3 times right in a row, boom, blast down. So here's my bias. You got 2 trades. You come there, you short. You come up here, you back test this, you long, right? Once you get above the 200 moving average, that's where you're bullish. Once you get above this, that's where you're macro bullish, which is 21.5 cents. So those are your 2 trades. Everyone is talking 72 to 76K for a low. I'm not. I'm saying, dude, you could go down to 66, bro. You could go down to 66. The charts support it. If you don't believe me, scroll back. I'm not saying you don't believe me. I'm saying for anybody else that might not have seen my analysis and came into this stream late, if you guys don't believe that, go and rewind the track, right? And rewind it and go back and watch my Bitcoin analysis that does support that thesis. It is just a thesis. That does not mean that it's going to happen, right? I'm not saying guaranteed we're going to 60K, right? I'm saying we could. I'm saying there's charting patterns that support it for sure. One being the 1 week bear flag that takes you down to what? Just that 1 week bear flag by itself takes you down to 69. And then if you look at my zones, my demand zones where people will buy, $66. 69 is a pretty decent level. 74 is where I would like to see us bounce. It's where I would like to see us bounce. That's why I have my take profit there. Okay. That's where I would like to see altcoin season starting. Bitcoin dominance drops. You get into this zone, you fulfill this entire zone, this entire fair value gap, right? Because remember, there is a fair value gap here. I don't know if anybody knows what a fair value gap is, but it's basically an inefficiency in the market's price, right? There is a fair value gap from right here, okay, to right here. And that fair value gap is at $73,500, okay? So if you fulfill that entire fair value gap right here, all I'm saying is that's what happens, okay? Sometimes you come down. Sometimes you only get halfway through it. Maybe this was the bottom, 76.6, right? But there's definitely, something to be said. Can't see us getting much below 80K. I don't agree at all. Yeah, but the difference was, bro, is that they're trying to call the bottom back in 2022 on a bear market, right? And we hit 15K. This is they're trying to call the bottom of a top, right? This was the top, okay? So essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to recall this. So if we look at these two charting patterns from here, this is what people are trying to call. This was the top at first. Then we went down, right? What people are trying to do is call this right here. It's the same type deal. And they're trying to call the bottom like they did here for the next pump up. Right? Whereas here, they were trying to call the bottom at 10K, right? It's inherently different situation. Now, could you say that this is just this, and then this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen, and you come back down to 50? There's a case that can be made for that as well. I think we need to flush this out. And grab all of this liquidity. They still have not grabbed it all. They need to grab it, right? And honestly, they might want to grab all of this, okay? Because that's the only liquidity they really haven't grabbed that matters. They don't give a crap about this. I promise you. They do care about this all the way down to about 55K, maybe even down to here, 45K. So, yeah. With that being said, I will see you all soon. I appreciate you for showing up. Everybody have a wonderful, what we call in my family, now that we've got some pizza money, right? We got some pizza money. Hashtag Friday Pie Day, baby. Thank you for showing up to the Wolfer Power Hour. We will see you in the next stream. Everybody have a wonderful weekend with your beautiful families. I will do the same. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Boom, baby. Bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. If you're here from Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button. I'll let you guys know when I can give you all those free resources. Thank you so much for showing up. Peace out, everybody.